Vaults of treasure locked away beneath a temple in India.
What if I told you there are ancient tombs guarded by military forces, underwater cities researchers can't touch, and sacred caves where modern humans have never set foot? The world's most tantalizing archaeological mysteries aren't just undiscovered, they're deliberately kept off limits. Today, we're exploring 20 remarkable archaeological locations that experts aren't allowed to properly investigate, places where politics, religion, or military secrecy trumps our quest for knowledge. What ancient truths might be hiding in plain sight? The Fortress of Kuelap, restricted sectors. Peru's Machu Picchu of the north rises 10,000 feet above sea level, a massive stone fortress built by the Chachapoya culture. While tourists visit the main complex, approximately 40% remains off-limits, including several sealed chambers discovered during restoration work. Peruvian authorities claim these areas are structurally unsafe, yet refuse requests from international engineering teams offering to stabilize them for proper archaeological study. The Royal Library of Ashurbanipal, unreleased tablets. When archaeologists discovered this ancient Assyrian library in the 1850s, they unearthed over 30,000 clay tablets containing humanity's oldest literary works. Most are housed in the British Museum, but approximately 4,000 tablets remain unlisted in any public catalog. Museum officials acknowledge these sensitive artifacts exist but deny scholarly access, citing ongoing conservation work that has supposedly continued for over a century. Göbekli Tepe, the buried sections. This revolutionary Turkish site predates Stonehenge by 6,000 years, forcing archaeologists to reconsider the timeline of human civilization. Yet what's been excavated represents less than 5% of the complex. Turkish authorities have repeatedly denied permits for excavating the majority of the site, ostensibly for preservation, but raising questions about whether the full site might contain evidence too paradigm-shifting for gradual release to the scientific community. Leshan Buddha Caves, the sealed network. China's famous 233-foot-tall Buddha statue attracts millions of visitors, but behind it lies a network of caves entirely closed to researchers. Discovered accidentally during restoration work, these chambers reportedly contain thousands of Buddhist artifacts and manuscripts. Chinese authorities immediately sealed the entrance, declaring the area structurally unsafe while refusing all requests for scientific documentation of what lies within. The Etruscan Underground. Beneath Italy's Tuscan region lies a vast network of artificial tunnels created by the enigmatic Etruscan civilization. While some sections are accessible to tourists, Italian archaeological authorities have cordoned off extensive portions following discoveries of intact burial chambers. Local officials cite environmental factors for the restrictions, yet consistently deny research permits to universities offering non-invasive documentation techniques. Pikta Mountain, the North Korean holy site. This active volcano on the North Korean-Chinese border holds profound cultural significance as the mythical birthplace of Korea's founder and the alleged birthplace of former leader Kim Jong-il. South Korean archaeologists have identified numerous ancient sites around the mountain that could reveal crucial information about Korean origins, but North Korean authorities permit no external archaeological investigations whatsoever. The Tayos Caves, Ecuador's metal library. These extensive Ecuadorian caves became internationally famous after author Erich von Däniken claimed they contained a metal library of ancient knowledge. While mainstream archaeologists dismiss these claims, the caves themselves contain legitimate archaeological material, including obsidian tools and mysterious stone sculptures. However, the Shuar indigenous people who control access have declared most chambers off-limits following what they describe as artifact theft by previous expeditions. Chauvet Cave, the inaccessible art gallery. Containing the world's oldest known cave paintings, over 30,000 years old, France's Chauvet Cave remains completely closed to the public and accessible to only a handful of researchers for a few hours annually. Even the world's leading prehistoric art experts are routinely denied entry, with French authorities citing preservation concerns. Unlike Spain's similar Altamira Cave, no plan exists to create even limited scholarly access, raising questions about what else might be hidden within. Oak Island Money Pit, the regulated mystery. This infamous site off Nova Scotia's coast has frustrated treasure hunters for over 200 years with its elaborate flood traps and mysterious artifacts. While private excavations continue under the History Channel's Curse of Oak Island program, Canadian authorities heavily restrict the areas and methods allowed for investigation. Government agencies have repeatedly denied permits for more extensive excavations, citing environmental concerns while fueling speculation about what they fear might be found. The Great Zimbabwe Restricted Sectors. This massive stone city complex challenges colonial narratives about African civilizations, proving sophisticated urban development in the region centuries before European arrival. While visitors can tour significant portions, approximately 30% remains strictly off-limits, including several undocumented enclosures within the valley complex. Zimbabwean officials cite structural concerns, but have denied multiple international conservation teams offering to stabilize these areas for study. The Cocknow Stone, Scotland's buried treasure. One of Europe's most spectacular examples of Neolithic art, this 42-foot stone slab contains over 90 spiral carvings created 5,000 years ago. After brief excavation in 2016, Scottish heritage officials deliberately reburied it under several feet of soil, citing preservation concerns despite objections from archaeologists who offered various protection methods used successfully at similar sites worldwide. The true motivation for keeping Scotland's largest prehistoric art panel buried remains a subject of intense debate. Area 51, the Archaeological Black Site. While known primarily for UFO conspiracies, Nevada's restricted military zone sits atop land rich with Native American archaeological sites dating back thousands of years. With military personnel authorized to use deadly force against trespassers, archaeologists have no chance to properly survey or excavate these ancestral grounds. What ancient artifacts and historical records lie forgotten beneath runways and hangars? The Padmanabhaswamy Temple Vault B. In 2011, explorers opened 5 of 6 vaults within India's Padmanabhaswamy Temple, discovering treasures worth over $22 billion. But the mysterious Vault B remains sealed by an ancient mechanism reportedly impossible to breach without specialized knowledge. Temple authorities, backed by India's Supreme Court, refuse further attempts to open it, citing religious prohibitions and legends of catastrophic consequences for those who enter uninvited. North Sentinel Island, the untouched culture. Off the coast of India lies one of Earth's last truly isolated societies, the Sentinelese people who have rejected contact with the outside world for thousands of years. Their island represents a living archaeological site, potentially preserving traditions unchanged since the Stone Age. But Indian authorities strictly prohibit all visits after violent encounters with outsiders. What ancient knowledge, language, and customs remain preserved on this forbidden shore? Tomb of Genghis Khan, the ultimate hidden burial. History's greatest conqueror vanished in death as effectively as he appeared in life. According to legend, Genghis Khan's funeral procession killed anyone who witnessed it, and rivers were diverted over his grave to hide its location. Despite modern technologies like satellite imagery and ground-penetrating radar, the tomb remains undiscovered, likely within Mongolia's strictly prohibited zone, a 240-square-mile area where all archaeological excavation is forbidden by government decree. The sunken city of Heracleion. Once Egypt's mandatory port of entry for Greek ships, this ancient city sank beneath the Mediterranean 1,200 years ago. While initially discovered in 2000, less than 5% has been excavated. UNESCO and Egyptian authorities severely restrict diving access, citing preservation concerns. More controversial are rumors that certain artifacts challenge established historical timelines, potentially explaining why many discovered relics remain unpublished and stored in closed government repositories. Snake King's Tomb, Guatemala's Forbidden Chambers. Hidden beneath Guatemala's dense jungle, El Mirador contains one of the largest pyramid complexes ever built. Recent LiDAR scans revealed a vast urban landscape exceeding 800 square miles. Yet the suspected royal tombs, believed to contain remains of the mysterious Snake King's dynasty, remain off-limits to archaeologists. Local cartels control the region, while government agencies cite preservation needs despite granting no excavation permits for these crucial chambers. Hanging Gardens of Babylon, the classified dig. While historians debate whether these ancient wonders actually existed, several archaeological teams claim to have found promising evidence, only to have their excavations halted by Iraqi authorities. These sites now fall within military zones where no foreign archaeological work is permitted. Officials cite security concerns, but some researchers suggest certain discoveries contradicted established historical narratives too dramatically for comfort. Nefertiti's tomb, the hidden chamber. Ground-penetrating radar scans of King Tutankhamun's tomb suggest a hidden chamber may exist behind its walls, possibly containing the long-sought burial of Queen Nefertiti. Despite initial excitement, Egyptian authorities abruptly terminated the investigation, denied permits for follow-up scans, and declared the matter closed without explanation. Foreign archaeologists who pursued the question found their Egyptian work permits mysteriously revoked. The Kuelap Mountains. Deep in China's Qinghai province, these remote mountains reportedly yielded one of archaeology's most controversial discoveries. The Dropa stones, alleged stone discs claimed to contain microscopic hieroglyphs. Whether these artifacts ever truly existed remains hotly debated, but modern researchers face insurmountable barriers to investigation. Chinese authorities restrict access to the region entirely, citing environmental protection and border security concerns. These forbidden sites prove that some of history's greatest mysteries remain deliberately hidden from us. What secrets might they contain? We may never know. If you're fascinated by these archaeological enigmas, hit that like button and subscribe for more explorations into history's greatest mysteries. The truth is out there, even if it's currently off limits.